You know how time is the most precious thing we have.
I thought I was precious.
Yes, Petrovich. Well, now you can save your time in DCS.
What?
Yes, it was about time we got a mission save for single-player and multiplayer missions.
No, it can't be.
Check again, as with the latest update for DCS World, we got the highly needed and requested mission save function. And in this video, we will check out all there is to know about this new system and learn about what works and what are the known issues for the time being. Only here at How I Play. This video is sponsored by Pimax. Get their Crystal Light 1-year edition using our promo code. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti, and tonight, well, our time is saved. No more wasting your progress because you had to stop in the middle of your sortie, no more extra missions that need to take in account your last mission state, and more important, no more triggers over triggers and highly expensive scripts that clog your DCS experience and suppress our fun and excitement for future missions. Yes, it's finally here, the mission state save. Be that in its first iteration, this system will allow you to save your mission states between play sessions. But hold your horses and back up a bit, because ED says, for now this is working with custom, unprotected missions that you can make in the editor and play it over several sessions with the option to save the mission parameters and events like destroyed units, date and time, and current location of all aircraft including waypoints and so on. Alright, good to know. But what about campaigns, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you later in this video. So, like all things in DCS, we need to be aware that this is released in an early work in progress state to actually gather community usage feedback. So it is important that we express our findings and requirements to help ED refine and prioritize future improvements. So, using the proper suggested channels, please post your findings, bugs, and experience, as this is the time to actually get involved with features that are built for our needs in DCS. It will also be looking at requests from script creators, the talented coders who know very well the strong requirements when building a server mission. Alright, so how does it work? Well, the mission saves generates a new miss file, which you can even edit in a mission editor before continuing your story if needed. But what is actually being saved? Well, you can imagine that saving all the pieces of the puzzle in a complex mission is not an easy task. PD chose to have a short list of parameters that really matter for a mission. The save data will include the time and date, so as they pass, you will be able to continue your sorties, landing and takeoff, day and night in vast operations in your favorite map, something that is only possible in the CS world. And as you move on the battlefield and complete missions, you will definitely take out some targets and destroyed units and achieve objectives. The destroyed and killed units, including statics, will be acknowledged and marked as removed in the save, so next time you load in, they won't be present anymore. Nice. But wait, there is more. Position, speed, and waypoint state of groups of units are all saved, meaning they will start at the same position where they were at the moment you saved. So if a vehicle or airplane was en route to a certain waypoint, the position on the map is recorded and the progress between the waypoints is registered. But there is one caveat with this particular function, and currently the save cannot include waypoint advanced parameters, but let's hope they figure it out later in the future. Of course, units, groups, and statics that were activated or created with a script during mission also will be present in the save file, and when returned to action, you will find them active on the map.
So I can blow them up.
Yes, Petrovich. Spawn points and internal fuel state of player or client units is also saved and moved to air if you actually save the mission while flying. So in your saved mission, the spawn will be at the position where you left it, be that in the air or on another airfield. Save process will place the aircraft at a minimum altitude of 150 meters if they were flying lower at the moment of save. Interesting. But what about weapons and load states? Well, players and AI control aircraft weapon state is saved, But for now, multiple point racks like Triple Mavericks or others will be considered used and spent after the save, and will be removed from the playing loadout, even if at least one weapon on them is used. Partially used fuel tanks are not accounted for in the save, as currently they don't have the partially filled fuel tanks option for aircraft loadout. These are small but important aspects of the limitation of this first iteration of the save function. There are more and we will cover them later, but if you ask me, these are not bad for the first release and I was expecting even more limitations. But as they say, expect less and you won't be disappointed when you get more. Or wait, did I mess that up?
Yes, you did.
Oh well, you know what I mean. Moving on, aircraft malfunctions are applied at the start of saved missions if there were any at the moment of save. So if you break it, you need to fix it. But what about logistics and stuff? I am glad to report that the warehouse state is saved as well. Plus, all scripts and triggers are saved as they were in the start of the original mission. Saving process does not touch them, so there can be many scenarios variations for processing these in the save, but as of now, there is no clear best process logic for it to be used. For API scripts authors, they can take this into account, and for triggers, you can remove not needed triggers manually in the mission editor if you think you won't need them in the next session. So happy? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, I for one am very excited about this and grateful that we managed to report on news like this within the DCS world community. Other voices will say, well, what took them so long? Yes, you are right to ask that, but here we are today, and now our experience is about to change in the single-player environment and in the multiplayer one. Now, for those of you who are sad that the system is not currently working with protected paid single-player campaigns, don't be sad, as they need a separate solution for that. It will come, and once implemented, you can enjoy completing your campaigns in due time. I am there with you, as my time is very limited and never manage to complete the missions I fly.
Me too. I know your pain.
I did good enough drama? Yes, it's okay. As for the multiplayer side, now there is a new special format of the mission files .sav that is specially made for dedicated servers just to accommodate some automation. This new file format will be less demanding on the server administrator. But again, this feature is work in progress, and it's initially aimed at the average user with no advanced mission scripting knowledge. So, how can we use the save function? In the single player, you can find the Save Mission button in the escape menu, or at the end of a sortie when you press quit, at the debriefing screen. When clicked, it will open a dialog window where you can name and choose where to save the generated save.
Wow, I never see something like this before.
For dedicated server, there is a new button in its web interface named Save Mission As, which you can use at any time during mission to save the current state. As for automation, the new format .sav will be used for running mission autosave. This new format is essentially same as the .mis file. In fact, you can even rename it to the .mis and treat it as such. But dedicated server treats the .sav differently, as this new format can be autosaved into the same file when you stop the server or restart the mission, if the dedicated server option autosave.sav files on mission stop is activated. In that way, you just need to launch the same mission in the list to continue from the save state. The server has a mission list, and if you are rotating through missions, you may have some of them that you want to save automatically and some mission that you don't want to save. That's why the new .sav format helps you to differentiate between those. Later, ED wants to add the ability to save the mission state while mission is running into the same file. Interesting. And now the testing has begun, and the feedback is rolling from active users that share their constructive impressions and well-documented knowledge. But with that being said, we also got some extra news and known issues at the moment of recording this video. As Big Newy informs us, the automatic mission state save for .sav missions on dedicated server when you stop or restart the mission does not consider the client player current position at the moment of the save and just returns them at their starting points. Other manual save methods does account position to save them, so there are limits for the time being. Good to know. And another one, while you are inside the simulation, there are some hotkeys combinations still active when you are trying to type the file name. They recommend avoiding using the Shift+R to write capital R, because you see, you will basically restart your mission. And you don't want that. For the time being, best workaround is not to use capital letters for typing while in the dialog window during the game. They also inform us that the new mission state save feature is not connected to the dynamic campaign.
It's not?
No, the dynamic campaign is perfectly capable of saving itself since the moment of its inception.
Okay, if you say so.
So long and behold, persistency at an initial level is now available. And here at How I Play, together with our dev team and the TGFB community, we are rejoicing, as most of our systems are now finalized and all there is left is some quality of life plus some extra content for our public release this year. But what's your opinion about this first iteration of the save system? Did you manage to test it already? Leave your comments down below. And that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Remember to check our sponsors for those promo codes, getting yourself some Flight Sim goodies, and support our channel in the process. And as always, I'm Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.